Imagine this. Xbox finally launches a handheld.
Well, no, we don't have to imagine anything. We already know about this, Eric, but continue.
Something that the fans have been clamoring for years, dreaming of a true competitor to the Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch. And when it finally happens, Microsoft says, sure, but it's going to be $1,000. That's not a typo, guys. $1,000 for a portable Xbox that, get this, doesn't even natively play Xbox games. Is Xbox completely out of touch here, or are we watching the beginning of a bigger crisis? This is coming...
Yeah, no shit, Xbox has been out of touch ever since the fucking idiots started putting their games on PlayStation 5. Like, I mean, that should have been the biggest sign how out of touch Xbox was when they started doing that bullshit. So, I don't know what he means by this ROG Ally not going to be able to play games natively. I guess what he's talking about is you're not going to be able to like dock it or something. I'm not sure, but the biggest thing that's working against this stupid handheld is the fact that it has no exclusivity. What is the point in buying this stupid handheld for $1,000 if it's not going to have any exclusive titles for it? That's like the number one thing right now that is stupid about Microsoft, about Xbox, is just that alone.
Right off of them, charging even more money for their 5-year plus old console, the Xbox Series X. I don't understand what they're thinking at this point. So here's the current situation.
I'm thinking that they're fucking retarded, or they're being run by a bunch of scumbags who are just sabotaging the company. You know, I do believe there are people who are like double agents who will work their way up into a certain company, a certain corporation, just to fucking sabotage it. I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe there are people like that. I do believe that's a thing. Because the shit that they've been doing, putting their games on PlayStation 5, even though PlayStation was like money-hatting games away from them, like just stupid shit like that, just makes me believe that, yeah, the fucking idiots running Microsoft right now are probably like just stupid ass Xbox haters who just want to destroy it. They want to destroy the company within. There are people who infiltrate. There are people who infiltrate churches, who infiltrate Christianity, who infiltrate other things like that because they're just, you know, the scum of the earth. And as the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. If you can't beat them, join them. Just, you know, pretend like you're one of them, and that way you can work your way up the ladder, and then you can start to destroy them from within. Like fucking parasites, pretty much.
For the Xbox handheld went live randomly at 7 p.m. on a Thursday with like no hype, a lot of confusion. The original leaks...
I mean, what's there to really hype? It's a damn handheld that costs $1,000, and it's not going to have any exclusives for it. So, I mean, again, they're just being extremely stupid, but there's really nothing to hype about this. There's nothing to be hyped about.
We're suggesting that it might land around $900, which is already steep. But Microsoft pushed it even higher, guys, slapping on that $1,000 tag. $1,000. Who in their right mind will think?
You always wondered why that...
Oh boy, another stupid ass ad.
app didn't exist. Now you can make it. Meet Replit Agent.
Shut up, bitch.
Who in their right mind will think, hey, let me buy this handheld for $1,000? You might as well just get a PC. You could probably get a decent PC for $1,000 or build one.
You could probably get a decent PC for $1,000. Really, Eric? If all you can get with $1,000 is a decent PC, sounds like PC gaming is fucking trash. If $1,000 could only just get you a decent PC, I would think you could get like a great PC for $1,000, but a decent PC? Like, what a stupid, pointless fucking argument. Like, why spend $1,000 on this stupid ROG Ally if you could just get a decent PC instead? Like a decent PC, just a decent PC, not good, not great, just decent for $1,000. Stupid.
for that or get started at it, but for a handheld, no way. And like I said, here's what's wild: the Xbox fan base, right? The people who ride or die for Game Pass, who love racking up achievements, who still call themselves Team Green, are looking at this and going, nope, not a chance. So Xbox has alienated its fan base. Yeah, even the most loyal fans are asking the obvious question: why would anybody buy this thing? Especially when the hardware under the hood isn't even top of the line. This is almost a pointless handheld. It's a little too late, and there's not enough here for that $1,000 price tag. So let's put this into perspective, guys. Let's really sit here. Let's talk technicalities. The Steam Deck, right now, right? Valve's system that already has a massive library, has mod support, it has a huge community backing. It sells for about $320 on sale. $320. That's less than 1/3 of the price of this Xbox handheld. Let that sink in, guys. The Asus ROG Ally, a console that is 20% weaker than this new device that Xbox is making, goes for $500. Again, it's half the price, and it's only 20% weaker. So when you stack it up, guys, what's the value proposition?
All right, notice how this dipshit doesn't even mention the Switch 2. Doesn't even mention the Switch, the original Switch. Like, this fucking dumbass just talks, he compares it to the Steam Deck. That piece of shit. He's like, it already has a library of games. So does the Switch, you fucking dumbass. So does the Switch 2. And they have exclusivity. I tell you, man, this Eric guy is fucking stupid. This guy's just a fucking idiot.
Here. Is this new Xbox handheld worth it? It's not some magical powerhouse, guys. The chips inside are comparable to devices that are literally hundreds of dollars cheaper, that have a more massive library, that have better compatibility with games from Steam. It feels like Microsoft is literally testing how far they...
I mean, this fucking dumbass, he mentioned some other, handheld device that only costs $500 or whatever. Switch 2 only costs $450. Why didn't you bring that up? Fucking moron.
Can push fans before they basically boycott them. I think they're getting money hungry here, along with people like Nintendo.
Okay, so now he's gonna fucking say Nintendo's greedy or whatever, this fucking stupid ass. Let me skip this dumbass ad real quick. Tell you guys, I get sick and tired of these fucking ads.
I think they're getting money hungry here, along with people like Nintendo and Sony. Let's be honest, these guys are idiots at this point. And based on the...
You're the only fucking idiot, Eric. You're the only fucking idiot, because Nintendo is doing well. People are buying their consoles and their fucking video games, alright? The only idiots really is Xbox for the most part, because they got rid of exclusivity, and they're trying to just fucking jack up the prices for their consoles. It's like, what the hell? What value does your system have? You have no more exclusives. So they're the real idiots. PlayStation, they're a bunch of fucking idiots too, because instead of making great games, they're just making these stupid cinematic experiences. They're focusing on, like, just this last state of play or whatever. Their big reveal was Wolverine, which we already knew about it. We already knew about the game, but their whole focus was look at the graphics, look at the blood. Oh yeah, the blood looks so good. Like, you could, I think there was even one lady saying, oh, I thought we were pushing it too far with Wolverine, sticking his claws up a dude's, face or whatever. Like, oh wow, so violent. We've never seen, guys, people getting their heads cut off in video games before, right? Just stupid shit. Like, look at the blood, look at the details. You can see the blood between Sony's fucking stupid too. They're in fact, PlayStation is the most stupid company, because they're the most progressive. They have a bunch of libtards fucking working for them, and they got dumbass developers saying stupid shit about Charlie Kirk's death and all that, and it's basically, causing people to boycott their video games. So PlayStation, yeah, they're fucking idiots. Now, of course, this dumbass 8-bit Eric, he's gonna talk shit about Nintendo because he's a dumbass grifter, and he wants to make the stupid Nintendo haters happy. So he's gonna say they're idiots or whatever. No, they're not idiots, you fucking moron. They are selling their consoles like crazy. Their games are selling well. Okay? Get that through your thick fucking head, Eric. Stupid ass. It's so funny when people are like, oh, they're idiots. Like, how can you say they're idiots when they're selling well? When they're selling well, oh, well, because they're charging the games. The prices for their games are too high, and all this negative publicity. It's like, yeah, you fucking morons didn't say shit about that Sonic racing game that cost $90 fucking. And don't give me this bullshit, oh, well, that was only for 3 days for the early access. That's still bullshit. $90, and you only have 23 fucking playable characters versus Mario Kart World, which is 50 playable characters. By the way, Eric, did you even fucking talk about that? Did you even make a video? No, you didn't. I searched for it. You didn't make a video crying like a bitch about the Sonic Racing Cross-World game. You didn't complain about that stupid-ass game because you're fucking fake. Right? You're a fake-ass motherfucker. You're just another dumb fucking grifter. All you do is just go with what the fucking, with what the internet says. If the internet is bitching about Nintendo, you're gonna bitch about Nintendo. I'm so sick and tired of you fake-ass motherfuckers. Seriously. It's pathetic. It's hypocritical. The double standards are ridiculous.
Its reaction, I think Xbox finally crossed the shit line. They finally crossed the shit line. So
They finally crossed the shit line. Dude, they've been done that. They fucking crossed the shit line when they started selling out and putting their games on PlayStation 5. Like, hello? Just another example that you idiots, like, you just go with what the popular narrative is. I mean, because nobody had a big there wasn't that much of an outrage over Xbox going third party like that. You guys are acting like, oh, that was smart or that was okay, but this is the moment that, Xbox crossed the shit line. I mean, yeah, it's very stupid and it makes no sense, but them putting their games on PlayStation 5, that was pretty much the beginning of their downfall, not this.
The bigger issue and why this matters for gaming, this isn't just about one overpriced gadget, guys. It points to a bigger problem with Xbox, one that could possibly be deeper. That's profitability, right? Former Xbox vice president, I think his name was Mike Ibarra, he said it himself, guys. These price hikes aren't about tariffs or global shortages. They're about profits. Xbox simply isn't pulling the numbers that Microsoft wants. So now they're just raising the price of everything. Again, like I said earlier this last week, they announced beginning in a couple of weeks, they're going to be raising the price of their consoles. So not only is the consoles expensive, but now the handheld is expensive. That's why we're seeing these price climbs all across the board, right? The Series X is now nearly $700, almost $200 more expensive than it was at launch 5 years ago. Consoles are supposed to get cheaper. 5 years later, we're paying $200 more, and now they're trying to get away with this $1,000 handheld. It's unacceptable.
I had to wait 6 months to get my hands on this.
Oh man, another stupid bitch, another stupid fucking ad.
It's unacceptable. And here's the real danger with this, guys. If this becomes the trend, right? What happens when the next gen consoles drop? What if the PS6 is $1,200? What if the Switch 2 Pro is $700 or $800?
What if the PS6 is like, $1,000? Don't fucking buy it. What kind of moron buys a PlayStation console at this point? They don't even have any good exclusives. And you know what? 8-Bit Eric, this dumbass, he actually bought a fucking PlayStation 5. What an idiot. He didn't buy the PlayStation 5 Pro, but he did buy the PlayStation 5, so he's a dumbass.
Gaming could literally be walking straight into a wall where normal players just tap out completely and we go PC. And it's starting to look that way, guys. And I think this is signs of panic in Xbox, to be completely honest. I think we're seeing other red flags here. Costco just announced that they're not going to be selling Xbox consoles altogether. Yeah, Costco, one of the biggest retailers in the world, has apparently dropped Xbox consoles altogether. And that's a massive sign that demand isn't where it should be. We might not be seeing Xbox brand pretty soon. Think about that. If stores don't even want to carry your hardware, what does that say about the health of your brand? Add to the fact that Xbox keeps leaning onto Game Pass to keep people invested, and you start to see the cracks forming. This handheld was supposed to be part of Xbox Play Anywhere dream. This is an Xbox, but instead it looks like it's another desperate attempt to make their hardware profitable. The truth is, in the handheld wars, price will always win. Price matters, guys. Gamers don't want the flashiest hardware if it costs an arm and a leg. They want something that's affordable and that actually works. And that's why...
Oh yeah, like the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, which is why Nintendo, the original Nintendo Switch, has already sold about 153 million copies already. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what gamers want. But it's funny how so many of you dumbasses, you'll still complain about the fact that, oh, they don't have, the most powerful specs. They have outdated specs. See, these people like 8-Bit Eric, they talk out of both sides of their fucking mouth. They'll talk about how, gamers don't want these expensive, overpriced consoles. They don't want all this, these amazing graphics. But then when it comes to Nintendo, you fucking idiots will complain either about the specs, being outdated, or about games not being like fully remastered. This guy recently, 8-Bit Eric, he made a big stupid ass fuss about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and how they weren't remastered. They weren't even remastered. They're just updated to 4K resolution and 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second, whatever. I'm just like, why does your dumbass need the game to be fucking remastered? Like, oh, they're not remastered. Like, it's, so you need Mario Galaxy. The grass has to be, completely fucking detailed. So you can see every little piece of grass or whatever. You got to be able to see that the every single, like, strand of hair on Mario's mustache. Like, you dumbasses are so inconsistent. You really do talk out of both sides of your fucking mouth, Gamers don't need don't need these amazing graphics. We don't need all this stuff. But then when Nintendo, gives you Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for the price of $70, and they update it to 4K resolution, which is all you fucking need, right? And 60 frames per second, which is all you need. It's a damn Nintendo Wii game. I don't know why the damn graphics have to be so detailed for a game like that. But when they do this for you, what do? You fucking cry about it because it's not an actual remaster. It's not remastered. They didn't build it from the ground up, and they didn't make the grass detailed or anything like that. You guys are so full of shit. I'm getting so sick and tired of you guys, talking about how you don't care about graphics, you don't care about specs and power, but then when it comes to Nintendo, you suddenly fucking care about those things. Man, this shit is getting ridiculous.
Steam Deck has exploded in popularity. That's why the Nintendo Switch has dominated for years despite being underpowered. And if Xbox really wants...
Okay, he's right about that. Yeah, he's right. The Switch has been dominating, and he actually made a good point there. But he also said that the Steam Deck has exploded in popularity. Buddy, they only sold about 4 million units. What do you mean exploded in popularity? They didn't explode in popularity. They suck. They still suck. This guy, what is this dude talking about? Maybe on the internet, I mean, you got a bunch of dumbass PC gamers and pirates, hyping the damn thing up and acting like it's the best thing ever, just because they don't like Nintendo. That's it. But it has not exploded in popularity, so I don't know where he's getting that from.
To compete, they should have come in at 500 or maybe 600. I would accept 600. At $1,000, this device isn't even in the discussion. Forget that. That's out.
So he said if this ROG Ally costs $600, he would accept it. Why? It has no exclusives, Eric. There's no exclusivity, so what's the selling point? Other than it probably being very powerful and that's it? I wouldn't accept that piece of garbage. No exclusives. Again, it's not like a hybrid, right? It's not a hybrid, so why would you accept it at $600? I don't get that.
Automatic no for me. And this is where it matters for you guys, because if Microsoft succeeds even just a little bit with pricing like this, it's going to set a new standard. Whether you like it or not, it will tell every other company that gamers will tolerate higher prices with fewer features and less value. And that's the scary part, because if this handheld somehow moves units, don't be surprised when the PS6 launches at $1,200, like I said, or the Switch 2 Pro is creeping around $700, $800. These companies are watching each other. Whether you believe it or not, they are watching each other closely, and if one gets away with raising prices up to this absurd amounts, the others will follow, guys.
All right, so now he's saying, God, if they're even just slightly successful, prices are going to keep going up or whatever because they know they can get away with it, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't think this ROG Ally is going to be successful. We're already seeing the sales for the Xbox consoles drop. He just said it. He just said that Costco is now pulling these things off the shelves and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know why he would even think that, it'll be successful. Of course, it's not going to be successful. But the argument he's making here, oh no, if you guys keep buying these things, it's the prices, they're not going to lower the price and all that. It's like basically trying to guilt people from, buying these things, whatever. Now, again, there are stupid people who will waste money on the PlayStation 5, kind of like how you did, Eric. So you could slap yourself for that. But people buying a Nintendo Switch, a Nintendo Switch 2, and paying $80 for Mario Kart World or $70 for that Mario Galaxy collection. Guess what? Most of those people who only purchase Nintendo games and Nintendo products aren't going to have a damn issue with these prices whatsoever. Again, I've said this in multiple videos now. It's you multi-console owners, you fools who think you gotta have every single console and buy as many fucking games as possible. You gotta have every, big game out there. It's only you guys who, are gonna have an issue with this. Because you want gaming to just be like a necessity when it shouldn't be. Gaming is supposed to be just a luxury, Just recently, I hadn't even been able to play much of my Kirby games because I've only been playing, Donkey Kong games, and I've been focusing on doing other things. I don't have time to just be freaking playing every single video game, and I don't want to do that, But you got so many of these people, they can't just be satisfied with Donkey Kong, Mario Kart World, and whatever great Nintendo game is out there. No, they also got to have a gaming PC, PlayStation 5. They got to have Ghost of Yotei. They got to have Expedition 33. They got to have all these fucking games. It's ridiculous. And a lot of it is just these YouTubers who, they want YouTube to become like their full-time job. So because of that, they freaking just buy all of these stupid-ass consoles that they don't need, buy all these different games. RGT85 is like the best example. That fucking stupid bum, he just wants to be like a professional YouTuber. So he just buys all of these other systems, and then, people will call him out for it because, he'll bitch about it, but then he'll still buy it, and then he's like, well, I had to do this because this is my job. That's what he always says. This is my job. Well, get a real job, you fucking loser. All right? YouTube's not a job, you piece of shit. And you know what? You're not even that likable. So I don't know why you're trying to, make YouTube your job. Not that many people want to look at your dumb, ugly-ass mug in the first place. So that's the problem. Most of these idiots crying about the prices, if it's not just your typical stupid Nintendo hater, if it's not just multi-console gamers who, want to be spoiled and just have, like, a ridiculous arsenal of video games, it's these stupid YouTube grifters who want to be able to afford to buy as many consoles and games across all of those platforms as they can, so they could just talk about them all, make videos about them, and get as many views as possible. You guys are crying so much about the state of video games. Yeah, it's getting pretty pricey and expensive, but nobody's telling you to buy every single damn system there is. Nobody's forcing you to do that. No one's forcing you to buy every single game. Why do you need every single damn game? Seriously. It's really stupid. It really is. You stick with Nintendo, you're going to be satisfied with the library there. you don't need to be shelling out thousands and thousands of dollars, a year on just video games alone. So let's see what else he has to say.
I'm not going to get one. I know people are going to ask me, Eric, are you going to get one of these? No, there's absolutely no point to getting one of these. There's no value. I don't see any reason to get one of these. I don't even like playing in handheld. My Switch stays docked at all times, but that Switch did not cost me $1,000, and you can run games natively on it. This Xbox provides no redeeming qualities. If I want to play Game Pass games, I'll use my Series X or I'll use this gaming laptop right here. This is a pointless $1,000 money grab, and in my opinion, if you buy one, you're falling for it and you're not helping gamers in general. You're caving into corporations taking advantage of us.
If you buy one, you're falling for it. What exactly are people falling for, though? What are they falling for? I mean, if they buy one, they're stupid. I could understand that, but, he says you're falling for it. Falling for what? What is there to really fall for? I mean, the only reason an idiot would buy this is because they're just stupid. I don't, or maybe they just have money. But then, of course, he also says, if you buy this, you're not helping gamers. You're not helping us. It's like, okay, let's just pretend that this ROG Ally was affordable, right? Let's just pretend that it's only about $400. Why the hell would you even want to buy it anyways? It's a piece of shit because it's not going to have any exclusives. There's no exclusivity for it whatsoever. It's not a hybrid like the Switch where you can, dock it to the TV. So what's this stupid shit he's talking about? Like, you're not helping us gamers. Like, oh, okay, you're not helping us gamers. Like, us gamers, we need help. We need to be able to afford every single stupid gaming device that comes out and every single video game. Again, you idiot. Why do you have to purchase every single thing that's being made in the world of gaming? Why do you need every single system? Why do you need every single handheld, PC, whatever the fuck? Why do you need every single video game that is being made out there? Every AAA video game, Borderlands 3, Expedition 33, whatever stupid piece of shit is coming out of PlayStation. You don't need all that, moron. So this is just the stupidity of these people who are like, it just blows my mind how we have so many other things out here in this world, things that are a necessity, not a luxury like video games, a necessity, that are way too expensive and no one's complaining about it. Like the price of food, price of gas, just the cost of fucking living in general has gone up. Stupid ass employers don't want to pay their employees that well. You would think there'd be way more people raging about this, but no, more people seem to be more concerned about the price of video games. So stupid. So freaking stupid.
Are done. So I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to end this video on this. Would you ever spend $1,000 on a handheld that can't even natively run these Xbox games? Or is this the breaking point where Xbox finally loses even its hardcore fans? Let me know in the comments. I really want to see.
They've already lost most of their hardcore fans. I mean, you said it yourself. The sales are down. And to answer your question, hell no. Of course I wouldn't pay $1,000 for this piece of shit. I mean, there's no reason to. No exclusivity. Yeah, and he never mentions that either. I mean, that's like the main reason not to get it. There's no exclusives. There's way more on the Switch 2. Switch 2 is going to have third-party games, and it's going to have the exclusivity. The best exclusives, for that matter. So, yeah, to answer your question, no, I would never pay that much money for that. But as far as like them, are they going to lose their hardcore fans? Like, how many hardcore fans do they even have? Like, really? I mean, I think the fandom for Xbox has died once they started putting their games on PlayStation 5. I mean, after they've done that, dude, they've quickly become the biggest joke, and not that many people care about them anymore.
How many people are actually considering this thing? Like, if there's somebody in the comments, you might get roasted, but if you really are considering this thing, let me know. And go ahead and hit that subscription button if you're not subscribed. Hit that like, that dislike. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching us.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. Anyways, that's about it for this A Big Eric guy talking about the ROG Ally. Of course, you know, he says a lot of stupid shit. He says a few things that are right, but most of the shit he says is just stupid. Anyways, yeah, ROG Ally, don't care about it. It's not gonna do well. Xbox is being run by fucking scumbags. I think the people running Xbox just want it to fail. And the CEO, the president, they need to be thrown out. They absolutely suck. They've done way more to help PlayStation sell their PlayStation 5 than to sell the Xbox brand. That's a fact. And it's just so weird. Like you're just like, man, it's almost as if the people running Xbox right now hate Xbox and they secretly love PlayStation. They're trying to do everything they can to keep PlayStation afloat. I mean, the perfect example is the fact that every time there was bad news for PlayStation, every fucking time, I was noticing this, every time there was some bad news, dumbass Phil Spencer and Xbox would come to the rescue to be like, we're bringing this game to PlayStation 5. Oh, hey, we're bringing this every fucking time. And then, just recently, I mean, you had PlayStation and Sony getting roasted because their game developers over at Sucker Punch and whatnot were pissing off people by talking shit about Charlie Kirk, making fun of the death of Charlie Kirk. And then you had a whole bunch of people who's like, all right, time to boycott Ghost of Yotei, Intergalactic, the stupid Wolverine game. I mean, they're just getting destroyed over there. The PR has been really bad, but of course, no, you know, dumbasses over at Microsoft and Xbox have to do the same shit. You had Bethesda putting out some tone deaf video on Twitter of Indiana Jones, you know, looking at a cat and saying, you don't care for these fascists either, do you? Which, of course, was, you know, that was basically them, you know, that was like a very passive and aggressive jab at Charlie Kirk, it seemed. And then, you know, they immediately took that down. They removed it without any explanation. And it's like these fucking idiots. Like they can't just let Sony, PlayStation die. They have to be fucking stupid, and like they always have to do something to like make themselves even worse. It's so weird. But yeah, ROG Ally, fuck that piece of shit. And fuck these retarded ass, like the few Xbox grifters out there, like King David from Xbox Frontline, Double Barrel Gaming, Colt Eastwood. Those guys are fucking morons. All right, they're absolute dumbasses, and they're just grifters at this point. Who, you know, they want to keep, you know, the whole console war thing going. They want to keep pretending Xbox is winning, so that way they keep getting views from, you know, certain Xbox fans who are just delusional and just want to keep living in an alternative reality, thinking that Xbox is like winning, Xbox is doing something or whatever, when they're really not. So most of those guys are just stupid grifters. They don't really care about the state of Xbox. Anyways, that was my quick little reaction to this guy, and I'll probably do more reaction videos soon, but I gotta get to work. So I will see you guys later. You guys in the comments let me know what you think of all this. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, all that great stuff. See you guys later.